What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the randomness. It's your boy Bryant, whatever you want to call me. If you're new, be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and straight out to everyone you know. This is where we talk all about MCU, Marvel. Not good on the comics, don't hold me to it. But yeah, I'm here to give you guys a little Spider-Man No Way Home spoiler review. So let's just hop into it. I absolutely love this movie. Yet, there are moments where you nitpick stuff. But overall, as a Spider-Man movie, I couldn't ask for more. This movie was so great. Started off from Far From Home. They get to his house. Happy and May break up. You're like, what the heck is going on? And then Peter and MJ is there. They're on the news. This movie was just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Everything I would want in the Spider-Man movie. I swear I could not ask for more. Tom Holland was great in this movie. Zendaya was great. Marissa Tomei. Jon Favreau was great. The villains were amazing. William Dafoe, he literally walked in the MCU and said, "I'm top 3 in the MCU villains all time already." But yeah, he gets to school. Everybody knows he's Spider-Man. Everybody catering to him, putting him on camera. The trailers really didn't do it justice. And the stuff you see in the trailers is the stuff like in the first 30 minutes. Literally the first 30 minutes, which is absolutely insane. The beginning, it was, it had, nitpicking, but we get to Strange. He asks him, because, him and MJ and Ned are trying to get into MIT, and they can't. Because they know Spider-Man and they're holding that against him. But important thing, he doesn't go to talk to him or nothing. He doesn't go to the college or, ask him to, just ask him if, they could get into MIT. And that's pretty major. But he goes to Strange, ask him if he can make everybody forget that he's Spider-Man. That'll come important later on, very important later on. Does a spell, doesn't really work out. Strange gets mad at Peter. Then he goes to find the MIT girl, with the girl that everybody thought that was going to be Miles' mom or whatever, ended up being the MIT girl. So he goes to her, and bam, Doc Ock coming from the multiverse. And the concept of the multiverse, I absolutely loved it in this movie. I cannot wait for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I love them. I really love multiverse movies. I really fell in love with it. But bam, Doc Ock comes. You're not Peter Parker. And they have their little fight scenes, and the tech gets on the Doc Ock, as we see, and Tom Peter starts controlling it. He's able to control it because I guess it knows him, and get back on the bridge, and the MIT girl says, you're a hero. You're a hero, Peter. And she's gonna put in a good word for him and his friends, Ned and MJ. So, is this the first part was pretty much about them, being in MIT, and then, bam, Green Goblin. That menace, William Dafoe, comes. You see, like, Pumpkin Bomb, and it's about to get real. And Strange gets them both in the Sanctorum, and he has those cells that Doc Ock goes in, and Strange had already got Lizard in one cell, and he gives him these things he's going to need to capture the villains from other universes. So he goes out, gets his friends, Ned and MJ, and they go in the, I guess, bottom of the sanctorum, and you know, pretty much comedic parts, and we get to Sandman and Jamie Foxx, Electro. That scene was pretty low-key funny. It was quiet. That was a little dark. You could tell Peter was scared. And then out of nowhere, you know, Electro comes out. Sandman comes out. He starts working with Peter because, you know, at the end of Spider-Man 3, him and Peter Parker, you know, they end on good terms. And they defeat Electro, but Jamie Foxx is in human form. He has a body now. Then he puts him in the sanctorum. Sandman has a problem with that, but he ends up putting him in the sanctorum. And then May finds, you know, Green Goblin, Norman Osborn. He ends up walking into Feast, and Tom Holland, Spider-Man runs there. And this, I'm gonna take this with me, you know, and just say this, you know, if you do for one, you got to do for all, as May said, and helping the villains, and you know, finding ways he can help them. And you can tell Peter felt bad after that. He's like, man, I guess I do got to help them. And you know, if you help one, you got to help others. So May drops him off at the sanctorum, Norman and Peter. And I don't know why for the life of me, but as he said, if you do for one, you got to do for all. And but if you know anything about this villain, you cannot give him an inch. You can't give him an inch, man. Like, you got to be crazy to do something like that. But Peter, Ned, and MJ end up talking to him and, you know, coming up with a plan. Then we get to, you know, Strange popping back in the sanctorum. He has that box to where he can, you know, send them back to their universes and they go back and die. But Peter's like, no, we can fix them. And they end up fighting, which was pretty epic. And Peter ends up, you know, getting the upper hand on Strange, which was like, okay, he does it with geometry, but okay. He gets back to the sanctorum, and he's like, okay, I'm going to fix you guys. And, you know, head to Happy's apartment where they were staying. Oh, yeah. Let me backtrack. I'm a little excited. Backtrack to Matt Murdock appearing, them getting a lawyer. You know, that part was kind of weird. You know, not going to court or anything. I don't, you know, if they had a scene with that, you know, I don't know why they didn't keep it. But that would have been dope to see. And, you know, see Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox's Daredevil, Matt Murdock going to work, catches the brick, says, I'm a really good lawyer. Peter's like, okay. But, again, fast track to them being in Happy's apartment because they, you know, they had to move into Happy's apartment. And all the villains know where they're at. They go there, and you know that's where they're gonna fix them. And these I guess moments, this scene, I think was one of the best parts of the movie. Really, it was like they did this very, very well. Tom did it very well. He acted his butt off in this movie, but fixed Doc Ock. Started to fix Jamie Foxx's Electro. You know, him and Norman are working. They worked to get that chip for Doc Ock to fix him, and they did that. And Tom's Spidey senses in this movie, it was different and something we've never seen, and I liked how they did it. And I was like, what the heck? Like, in the moment, I'm like, what the heck is happening? It just, you can hear it from his point of view. Walks out of the room they're in and walks, I guess, in the living room. You know, he's looking at everyone. He doesn't know what to do. And bam! Green Goblin. he webs him up, his hand up against, I think it was a microscope. And William the Goat is what everybody's calling him. And how he can like switch between Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin is just insane. And this like these moments were just one of the best parts of the movie. It was just like they did that very, very well. John Watt's amazing, man. But end up fighting, you know. I don't think, you know, Sandman, I think he was, him and Lizard, I think they were just going with emotions, but they did well. They left the Lizard in the truck, and, you know, J. Jonah Jameson's outside. And this is where it got real. Really got real. And I started getting fearful, very fearful for May. Because May, she gets I guess the serums to fix them, runs out of the apartment, tries to get out of the elevator, and the fight between Peter and the Green Goblin was absolutely amazing. You know, hand to hand, bam, bam, bam. And Green Goblin got the upper hand on him. And there was like a little Winter Soldier moment, you know. Green Goblin had him up like the Winter Soldier did. And Peter was like the Royal Black Widow, bam, 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 or bam, bam. And he's smiling the whole time. You know, when you see somebody, when you're hitting somebody and they're just just run at that point. Just get away from them. If they're like repeatedly smiling and it's not phasing them, get the heck out of Dodge. Get the heck out of Dodge. Like William Dafoe, he did such, I cannot like, he just, it's like they never left these roles, man. It's insane. And I didn't think it was possible for William Dafoe to do like even better, like to even up the ante with his Green Goblin. Like he crushed the role, man, and it was just absolutely insane. But they, you know, they had the fighting moments, and the moment, you know, they get down to where May is, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm scared for May. And you could tell it's hits her with a glider, knocks her down. She's laying down. Goblin throws a pumpkin bomb, but Peter smacks it away. And this is where we get, with great power comes great responsibility from her, and that which makes her the Uncle Ben in this universe. And, you know, it was weird how she died. I was like, but she got, I guess it was her instincts to just protect Peter. Got up and was just asking if everything was okay. And then, you know, she had to catch her breath. I gotta catch my breath. And she was bleeding. He sees she's bleeding and she's laying down. And this is a very sad moment. And, you know, Happy ends up showing up in the car. He tells Peter to run, because the police are there. They ended up arresting him. And, you know, this, like, I was in my feels at this point, man. And I've seen this movie twice. And it got me both times, man. I really didn't want to see May go. But if you really think about it in hindsight, to make, you know, Spider-Man even better, Peter Parker has to lose for Spider-Man to win and to be even better. And the storytelling of this movie, absolutely insane. So Peter runs off. He gets the heck out of Dodge. You see Ned and MJ just chilling, wondering where he's at. They're watching the news, the coverage, and, you know, there's an awesome, amazing shot of Peter in the rain, just looking at J. Jonah Jameson, just slamming him. Just, Spider-Man's a menace. Anywhere Spider-Man goes, there is trouble, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And, you know, he's crying, man, and it's just, it gets you in your feels. But back, let's talk about our boys. Let's talk about our boys showing up. Toby and Andrew showing up. So first, of course, Ned. I don't even know how, man. He's got the ring. Opens the portal. I wish we could see Peter Parker. Damn, it's like, okay. And then he comes closer. Andrew pops out. Whew, takes off the mask. Oh my goodness. The theater I in erupted, clapping. Like, this is why you go to the theaters. These moments like these is why you go to the theaters. And it's like a little comedy moment. And hashtag make the Amazing Spider-Man 3. Andrew did such an amazing job in this movie. I feel like he stole the scenes he was in. You can tell he loves being Spider-Man. He loves being Peter Parker. Like, he embraces it. He deserves the third trilogy, man. He deserves his third movie. Sony, make it happen. But we have little comedic moments, and and then MJ's like, "Oh, do it, try it again." And everybody knows what's up. I wish we could see Peter Parker. Behind Ned, portal opens. Enter Tobey Maguire. Let's go. Everybody got hyped, man. And it's weird, he had a sense of, of Tom's Peter going through something and just being sad. I guess it's weird, but we have a moment between Andrew and Tobey where it's like for 2 seconds. I guess it's like them basically checking each other as Spider-Man webs them. Tobey got the upper hand, and Tobey ends up asking, he played the role of like the older, which was, I actually wanted to see the older Spider-Man, the seasoned Spider-Man. And he's like, where would he go? Alone, just to be alone. And Tobey and Andrew gave their, where they would go when they, would feel down and want to separate from people. And they ended up going back to the rooftop of the school where Tom's Peter is. And he's just, still crying. Ned and MJ go to hug him, have their moment. And MJ, I can't remember which one said it. There's some people that want to talk to you, and it's Andrew and Tobey, and they have their moment, man. It's like, I absolutely want to see, I'm in love with the Spider-Verse. I want to see it even more at this point. And they, talk about with great power comes great responsibility, from Uncle Ben, and Andrew talking about Gwen dying, and then they go to get cures together for the villains, and the meaning of this movie, like this, what you can get from it is always do the right thing, and you do for one, and you do for others, and they find cures for the villains, and as I said, Tobey was like the seasoned Spider-Man, the seasoned Peter Parker is like. I got to talk about the meme. I don't think people got it. It was Ned asking for Peter Parker. They was pointing at each other. Peter Parker. It was funny. But Tobey Maguire being the seasoned, the veteran of the group, like, we got to cure him. We got to cure him, right? And not kill him. So we get to the final battle on the Statue of Liberty with the new Captain America shield, and they had these moments are filled, with fan service, and I absolutely loved it. Get some weird moments where it was like, okay, I see what you're doing, but it's kind of cringe. But they end up talking about, the webs, Tobey having organic webs, and them having to make web shooters. Pretty funny moments, and then the villains come. They fight him, cure him, and we get a moment between Peter and Doc Ock, and I feel like it was I feel like Tobey and Andrew was talking to the audience. You had so many callbacks, like when he said trying to do better. I feel like that's him telling the audience, trying to do better. And again, Tobey and Andrew had another moment where he was crapping on himself, and he's like, the redheaded stepchild of the group, he said, I suck, and then Tobey was like, no, you're amazing. the Amazing Spider-Man. And he said, no, you're amazing. You're amazing. Self-confidence. And, but yeah, I've been talking so much. Let me get to the final battle between Green Goblin. Oh yeah, no. Let me slow my behind down. When Andrew gets his redemption and catches MJ, man, you could see the passion, you know, him getting his redemption and him crying. MJ doesn't know what's going on, but he gets his redemption by catching her. Absolutely great moment. Everybody started clapping in my theater. This movie was filled with so many great moments. But, and then Green Goblin and Tom Peter fight scene, man. Epic. Brawling. Bam, bam, bam. This time, Tom Peter is getting upper hand on him. Bam. Pounding on him. Just suplexing him and all that, man. Batista bombing him. And Tom grabs the glider, trying to going for the kill. Bam. Toby stops him. You know, the seasoned veteran that he is, the older Spider-Man. It's not the way. It's not the way. You're going to regret it. And it's the face, the look he gives him is like, you know, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. And this was such a good movie. Just to end it. Strange ends the spell. Forgets everybody's. He's Peter Spider-Man. Everybody heads on back to their universes. It was absolutely such a great movie. Such a great movie. And it was just weird. This movie was so amazing. Strange cast a spell. The original spell he was supposed to cast in the beginning. Well, he's like, you know, do it. Let everybody forget that that on Spider-Man, and he did it. Said his goodbyes to Ned and MJ, and like the ending of this movie. This is everything you would want to see in a Spider-Man movie. Everything you would want to see in a Spider-Man movie, and you see it. And he swings off. Everybody, you know, the villains and everything go back to their own universes. I don't know what happened with the villains, if they ended up dying or not, but I don't know. But he goes to the coffee shop where MJ works, and they ended up forgetting him. Ned comes in, MJ's waving at him. You know, Peter's sitting, just standing in the front, and they're talking about going to MIT, and you know, MJ has a scar, and you know, she does this, and he's like, you know, he promised he was gonna tell him, and he's like, you know, it's not worth it. I put her in danger, and it's better that they don't know in Spider-Man. So he gets his coffee, bumps out, has his own place. He's getting his GED because everybody forget he's Spider-Man. And I guess, I don't get that. I guess everything about him is erased, I guess. I don't know. But we see him making a more comic accurate Spider-Man suit. The red and blue, I think it's the best one I've seen. I can't wait till we see a 4K, a better image of it. And then he does his final swing with his music, snowing, and, you know, movie ends like that. Post-credit scene, Tom Hardy's Venom leaves the symbiote. He goes back to his universe, leaves, I guess, planet, or had a baby of a symbiote, leaves that, and then what I'm going to react to after this, well, before this, if you haven't checked it out, my Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness trailer reaction. It's a teaser trailer at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. It's finally online today. So, hope you guys enjoyed this review. It's a long review, but hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below, and shout out to everyone you know if you're new. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Might have been all over the place, but go see Spider-Man No Way Home if you haven't yet. I don't know why you're still watching this video if you haven't seen it, but this movie was absolutely amazing. I'll give this movie a 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10, and you know, it was such a great movie. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, shout out to everyone you know. Let me know what you thought of this movie. And follow me on all my socials in the link in the description below. Love you guys.